Most people shopping for a subcompact SUV assume they have to pick one, either a car that's genuinely fun to drive or one with a cabin that doesn't feel like a rental. The 2027 Mazda CX-30 is the rare exception that refuses to choose, delivering a turbocharged engine no rival in this class can match, an interior that makes Lexus and Mini buyers do a double take, and driving dynamics that make everything else in the segment feel like it was engineered by accountants. But this car has real problems too, and one of them might make you question whether right now is even the right time to buy it. Let's get into the good stuff first. Number 4, available Turbo 4. There's a specific kind of frustration that comes with owning an underpowered subcompact. You're merging onto the freeway, right foot to the floor, engine working at its absolute limit, and yet the gap in traffic you were aiming for is already closing. Every other vehicle is pulling away while yours is still building towards something that never quite arrives. It's the daily reality for a huge portion of small SUV owners, and it's the direct result of a segment that has historically treated performance as an afterthought. The CX-30 is going to change that. The base 2.5-liter handles everyday duties at 191 horsepower, but the turbocharged version is where the character of this vehicle completely shifts. 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 6-speed automatic and standard all-wheel drive. Car and driver recorded a 0 to 60 time of 6.2 seconds, quicker than the Hyundai Kona and the Volkswagen Taos, and enough to make merge anxiety permanently irrelevant. Fuel economy sits at 22 city and 30 highway, a reasonable trade for what you're getting in return. And that power is only going to feel as good as the chassis underneath it, which is exactly where the CX-30's next advantage comes in. Number 3, class-leading driving experience. Every manufacturer in this segment will tell you their subcompact SUV is sporty, but then you actually drive those vehicles and realize sporty has been watered down to mean it doesn't understeer catastrophically. Most small crossovers are engineered to feel safe, predictable, and completely forgettable. You turn the wheel, and the car eventually follows. You hit a curve, and the body leans like it's questioning your life choices. That's exactly the experience the CX-30 is built to eliminate. The steering is genuinely communicative, body roll is kept properly in check, and the chassis has a fluid, planted quality that lets you carry speed through corners with a confidence most vehicles in this class simply cannot offer. The 2027 model is now going to feature a standard limited slip differential, sharpening what was already a strong dynamic foundation. Car and Driver's skid pad test returned 0.83 G of lateral grip, outperforming several rivals that cost significantly more. Therefore, whether you're on a winding back road or a wet highway on-ramp, the CX-30 is going to respond with a precision that makes it feel designed around the driver. The way this car drives is genuinely impressive, but what's waiting inside the cabin is going to surprise you even more. Number 2, premium grade cabin. Think about what it actually feels like to spend time inside a budget subcompact. Hard plastics on the door panels, a dashboard that prioritizes cost reduction over design, seat materials that look acceptable in the showroom and start feeling wrong within the first month. It's the kind of environment that quietly chips away at your satisfaction because you're spending more time inside your car than most people realize, and the quality of that space matters more than it seems at the point of purchase. The CX-30 is going to flip that experience entirely. Every touchpoint is finished in soft quality materials. Upper trims bring leather upholstery and suede-like accents on par with Lexus and Mini, both costing considerably more. The new Air Edition is arriving with white leatherette seats and gray suede interior trim, exclusive badging, and 18-inch black wheels, which is a level of ambition you simply don't encounter under $35,000. The interior is already a strong reason to choose this car, but what Mazda is including before you even touch the options list might be the most compelling argument of all. Number 1, well-aging design. Here's something that doesn't get discussed enough at the point of purchase: how that car is going to look in 5 years sitting in your driveway. Most buyers focus on the present-day impression, but 2 or 3 years down the road, trend-chasing designs start dating themselves fast, and that initial enthusiasm fades into something closer to tolerance. The CX-30 went on sale in 2020, meaning the 2027 model is going into its 8th year on the market, and yet it doesn't look like an 8-year-old design. The proportions are tight and sporty, with sculpted bodywork that still reads as modern and intentional. Where competitors are chasing visual impact with cartoonish aggression, Mazda has been building something with actual staying power. The Air Edition's exclusive details and revised lighting keep things fresh without touching what was already well considered from the start. Therefore, what shoppers hesitating over the model's age are actually looking at is a vehicle that was never chasing a moment in the first place, and that matters considerably when you're planning to own it for the next 6 or 7 years. Now it's the moment when the cons come in, starting with the one affecting every passenger who isn't sitting up front. Number 3. Tight cabin? Anyone who has tried to convince a 6-foot adult to ride comfortably in the rear seat of a sloped roof crossover knows how that conversation ends. You start with reassurances. It's not that bad, just for a short trip, and finish with someone sitting slightly hunched, quietly regretting the whole arrangement. It's a compromise that looks invisible on a spec sheet and becomes completely obvious the moment a real person sits back there. The roofline that gives the CX-30 its athletic look is directly responsible. Second row headroom is genuinely restricted. Legroom sits at 36.3 inches against the Hyundai Kona's 38+, and cargo volume behind the rear seats is just 20.2 cubic feet, well below the HR-V's 24.4 and the Kona's 25.5. Therefore, if your typical use involves more than just a driver and a front passenger, those compromises are going to add up in ways the driving experience alone won't offset. Number 2. Outdated infotainment system. There's a particular kind of cognitive dissonance that comes with sitting inside a beautifully finished, near-luxury interior and then reaching for an infotainment system that immediately reminds you which price segment you're actually in. When everything else in the cabin is delivering above its price point, the weakest link becomes dramatically more visible. Base trims are running an 8.8-inch display controlled primarily through a rotary dial, while turbo models get a 10.3-inch touchscreen. But even that larger unit trails rivals from Hyundai and Kia in responsiveness and graphical quality. Voice recognition is inconsistent, native navigation is absent on base trims, and the overall interface is going to feel like it belongs to a previous era next to what competitors are currently offering. The infotainment gap is real, and it's only going to feel wider as time passes. That's something a future update could theoretically address, but the last con on this list is something no update is going to fix, and it deserves the most serious consideration before you sign anything. Number 1. No changes for 2027. The decision you're making today isn't just about what the car is right now. It's about what living with that purchase is going to feel like 2 or 3 years from now, when a fully redesigned successor is sitting in the showroom and you're still paying it off. The 2027 CX-30 is arriving as a full carryover. No platform changes, no significant mechanical updates, no interior redesign. 7 years into the same basic architecture, the Hyundai Kona has been fully redesigned. The Kia Seltos is entering its 2nd generation for 2027, with more tech and a more accommodating cabin. Mazda itself is launching redesigned versions of the CX-5 and CX-50. Industry analysts are expecting a new generation CX-30 within the next 2 model years. Therefore, buying now at full price means potentially being among the last into an outgoing generation, one whose known weaknesses a successor will almost certainly fix. That's not a reason to walk away, but it is absolutely a reason to negotiate hard before you sign. The turbo puts 250 horsepower and a 6.2-second 0 to 60 in a class where most rivals still feel sluggish at a stoplight. The chassis delivers 0.83 G of grip with a precision that makes this the only subcompact genuinely worth pushing on a back road, and the cabin is finished at a level that embarrasses near-luxury competitors charging thousands more, all wrapped in a design that's held up for 8 years while fresher rivals already look dated. But stack that against a rear seat that turns adult passengers into reluctant passengers, an infotainment interface that belongs to a previous generation of technology, and a carryover model year on a platform that's been running since 2020, with a full redesign likely just around the corner. The 2027 CX-30 remains one of the most rewarding vehicles in its segment to own and drive, but whether this specific model year is the right moment to buy one is a question only the right negotiated price is going to answer. The CX-30 is mostly about experience, but if you're more of a guy that cares about things that can actually be measured, like cargo space and fuel efficiency, then you definitely want to check out our video about the 2027 Toyota Corolla Cross. It also has strengths and weaknesses, but in a radically different way.